All right. Yo, yo, yo. You already know what it is. Your boy Kush King 420 THC. And I got my homie Anonymous Turtle 717 here. And today we are doing YouTube reaction videos. We got Jada and the Joe and Jada show. It's a popular podcast done by Fat Joe and Jada Kiss. So we're gonna go through it, leave our opinions, leave some criticism, and and poke up.
I gotta stand up for me because nobody else gonna stand up for me. As you see, you heard. I
No
fight all my
way.
battles
You
on my
just
own. I
asked
take
me.
losses and I take my wins the same way. You heard. The same smirk, just like this.
Chat. Feel free to leave your inputs,
Yeah,
comment how
yeah. What
y'all
up,
like.
y'all? This is Joe Crack.
It's your boy Jada. You know what it
This
is, the
is
Joe
also a
and
test for
Jada show.
copyright. Make
Presented
sure
to
that
you
we're
by
good and
Boost
clear to do
Mobile.
Boost, boost,
podcast
boost.
Hit up
reviews.
boostmobile.com. Go get a Boost Mobile phone for you and your entire entourage. Won't be
Bro, pause it real
disappointed.
quick.
Noise.
So,
What's
like,
up?
One, I don't condone.
when was the
What's up?
last time? When was the last time you owned? Oh, wait. When was the last time you owned something with boots? I can't say. I think it's been like 2 years. Like,
Yeah, I would
God
say
damn, bro. I miss
I
that
haven't
shit.
had boost since the journey of me becoming a man and learning how bills and shit work.
I hear that. I
That's
hear
the
that.
last time I
I mean,
had some motherfucking
he showed
boost
his
mobile.
age. He said,
Nah,
Boost
honestly,
Mobile.
damn, I think my most used ever um Boost mobile phone had to be the Clacker, bro.
Blacker, yeah.
Nowadays
Yeah,
my phones
definitely.
I didn't because you can jump from like T-Mobile to Boost and then back and forth and all that extra shit. Nobody knows who the fuck they're with anymore. There's two niggas, AT&T, three niggas, AT&T, Verizon, and fucking T-Mobile. That's it. But back to the clip.
Ball
I have
status. You
Verizon.
heard? Make
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You say you got Verizon?
I have Verizon.
Lit, lit.
some noise.
What's up with
Welcome to the show.
everybody?
Also, this is a PSA. We're not going to talk about my brother Styles, and we're not going to talk about Cam. One, I don't condone that shit. And two, there's a lot more other beautiful shit going on in the world than
But
to rile up some.
Yeah. I also gotta say, I commend him for doing that because a lot of niggas would have juiced that shit for the opportunity. So I gotta give it to Jada Kiss for being like, nah, like none of that shit's happening on my fucking stream. Both is my mains. So we not having that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep that
Right,
shit
right,
neutral.
right.
We're gonna talk about the beautiful shit that's going on, not the fuck shit. So I gotta give him that.
is another thing to talk about. Me and Styles are actually brothers. Two brothers that love each other.
You don't
And
gotta
you
explain.
dig? I be wanting people to know that. Like
We
you
don't
dig?
have to get into that because we already know what it is. And they're gonna see soon enough. You know what I mean? Element of surprise is always beautiful. But you've been very hard working over the past few years, putting out projects.
That nigga Jim Jones lasts like Ernie and Bert. He's like,
Yeah, because you know what? Jules be getting on me about that. She be like, "Why do you do that?" And I was like, I think it's like when I start laughing really serious, like when I like find a genuine laugh, it's like, I'll try. Hold on. I can make myself laugh. It's like I don't know. It's like the perfect. It gets like, it's
oh,
ugly. It's
nah, cuz.
ugly.
Nah.
Oh man, I tell you.
Fucking up,
So
chat.
I can relate to that. I can relate to that, man. Chat, I can relate to that. Hey, yeah, 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 man.
Yes, Big Smoke. While we doing this reviews, remember, follow, share, and subscribe. Follow, share, and subscribe. If this goes through good and YouTube and shit don't fuck us over, you'll see a lot more of these.
Projects working everywhere, doing tech work, doing all kind of shit. You everywhere. It's safe to say you've been very productive and very lit. What's your motivation to keep making music to stay,
Relevant.
buying BMWs for your son and all?
The money is always the motivation. I mean, hip hop has gave me a life that I wouldn't want to trade for nothing else in the world. I mean, I
They
had my
say
ups and
money
downs, but
change
for the
people,
most
so I
part,
mean, it is what it
um,
is.
Man, I would say that this man, Jim Jones, his life and his music career is like a fucking um stock numbers. Like that shit be like he be up, up, up,
Stock chart,
and then
yeah,
he be bummy, bummy, bummy. Then he up, 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 then bummy, bummy, bummy. So that
yeah.
nigga deserves anything he got.
this is this has been a hell of a ride, and I'm just
Did
enjoying
you
it even
find
more.
my
But
fault, real quick? They
to
say
stay in,
the YNs nowadays say that John Jones is more relevant than Nas.
John Jones, like the UFC
I
fighter,
mean, my fault. I said John Jones.
Jim
Jim
Jones.
Jones is more. Yeah. They say that
I
he's
would
more
say
relevant
so
than.
because Jim Jones is currently making music with young niggas. Nas is doing what greats are supposed to do. You sit your ass down in that era that you were and you pop up and fuck shit up and you dip back out again. Jim Jones, he needs to stay relevant. Because like I said,
I gotta.
his
I know.
career is like stocks. That shit goes up and it goes way down. It goes up, it goes down. So he gotta stay
Probably was a
relevant.
real. You're right. It was probably a real, for sure. But it was like the last album that he put out was it was Nas. The last album that Nas put out recently it was trash compared to Jim Jones's albums. And it was the YN he was talking about where it was like just all of Jim Jones's albums that were just like just from old to new, just like they were all better than Nas. And I said, I just sat there and watched that. And I was like, wow. I mean, I it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna
I
fight his
mean, I would
opinion.
say that Jim Jones has some hood, some street hits for like super deep block niggas. But I mean, my only big hit for just Jim Jones is Ballin'.
He stays
That's I mean that's me personally because a lot of people like to come at my Mount Air personally, his only real hit is Ballin'. Everything else is done with Dipset. Besides, like I said, some of his super hood shit that I mean niggas who follow him for a few years might know.
Yeah.
Compared to
Yeah,
Nas, who you got Ether, you have the song he put for Belly, like you got If I Rule the World, you have I Know I Can. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't compare. That's why Nas can sit down and he don't have to stay relevant. He has timeless shit. Now Jim Jones is balling and shit. That hit that covered a couple summers, but it ain't doing what Nas and shit is doing. Of course, it was big when he was coming out. Everybody's big when they coming out.
between the relevance, that's yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jim Jones can stay in his era, and Nas can stay in his era for sure.
A big fact.
And I'll just say Jim Jones, he has some clips. He has some bangers. So does Nas. I won't give you my take on where I stand between them two.
All right.
and you gotta be real with yourself and realistic with your output. Because a lot of people try to do it, but they don't. I wouldn't say try to do it. There's a lot of people doing things, but for me, it's trying to be able to reinvent myself the perseverance, staying current, not chasing the young generation, but finding a medium where we both could benefit from. So there's a lot that comes with this journey in this past few years that I put myself on. And I had to prove to myself that a lot of these things you see going on is things that I'm actually proving to myself and not for no one else, things that I know I could do, things that I constantly tell myself to get up off your ass and get it done, because you could do these things with your eyes closed and things like that. Procrastination is a motherfucker. And when you're at the top of your game and you discourage a little bit, procrastination can hold you even more. And I had to figure out I had to learn how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations and things like that. And it's no different from coming to where we came from and things like that. When our back was against the wall, we figured out different ways to overcome that. And being in the game is no different.
Look at Jim Jones. He's a hard worker. He's relentless. He don't.
Yeah, now I can definitely say that. That deep 90s eras, early 2000 eras, them niggas know how to get it out the mud. I think that's why they're so good at popping in and out of eras whenever the fuck they want to. Even though it might not be all of them, it's just some of them are able to pop in and out whenever the fuck they want to. It's because they were so used to that struggle of having to hustle to get it however you can that it implements into their music. That nowadays it's like not as brutal for the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because you could do something like
Yeah,
streaming or
times were
something and really
different
make
back
something.
then as well, though, too.
Yeah, a lot of footwork too. You know what I'm saying? When you was hustling
Yeah.
your shit, you making sales, so you had to put your foot to the ground. You had to pop trunks and sell that shit out the back. Do hella concerts, had
It
to
was a lot
pop up in
easier to
places.
go.
Nowadays, you can
Get
just keep
around,
doing
yeah.
YouTube videos and you good to go.
Well, I don't want to say YouTube videos. Well, yeah. You're right. Straight up. You straight up right. You can make content, make YouTube videos.
Stop. You definitely got better lyrically over the years, right? And so, at what point you said, "Yo, I'm gonna get nice,"
Yo, chat.
and
Don't forget.
take the
Comment
lyricism
how you
to
feeling.
another level?
Comment
Because we've been
what you
hearing
think
it,
on the
but
topic.
we see
Also,
your growth,
don't forget to follow, share, like,
and also,
subscribe.
I feel like you got 1 million people on your back too. I learned from so many artists from you. Say a Dice Peso, say all the other guys. You ain't just pushing you pushing the whole. Tell me about
Life
that.
Records, man.
It's always my passion to help people. And in music, that's been one of the things that I'm pretty good at. I got a great ear for music, a great eye for talent. I know how to help them and curate them into a way that they have a fair chance of success. And that was one of the things that I always wanted to do, even when there was a time that I thought I was going to stop doing music, when I had just moved to Miami for a couple years straight. And
I can say that too about Jim Jones. That nigga does a lot of behind the scene work, bro. From like moving artists and introducing motherfucker to artists and making certain deals happen, or even ghostwriting. That nigga Jim Jones got his fingers in some shit. Got his fingers in the shit. Along with his like love and hip hop shit that he be doing for the extra bread and shit.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick PSA to my chat. This is an hour-long interview. We are not doing a whole hour. This was a test run to see how it goes and see if I'm able to post it on YouTube to make sure I don't have any copyright issues. So don't be surprised if we do not watch the whole interview.
It's in a whole different zone, but even in Miami, I chose to help a whole bunch of artists out there, which I did Miami Vamps, and that's how people got to hear Zoe Dollars, and shout out to my boy Ball Greasy and B Money and all these. I mean, so it's something I have a knack for. But it seems like the more that I give, it was the more that I got. You know what I mean? The more selfless I was the more that I was blessed, even in my times that I needed it the most. It was like I gave to people when I didn't have nothing at certain times.
Nigga, that's that power of karma, bro. That's that power of karma, bro. You give to the right people with the right intentions behind it. Your chances on getting something tenfold in blessings is ridiculous.
Always.
Karma is definitely. Now I think about that too when I be seeing like a homeless person and shit, but God forgives my boy.
The story of Jim Jones is pretty much making something out of nothing. I don't want to make this a tradition, but you're all from the Bronx. It just so happens.
This nigga Jadakiss's drip look like he just came from the block again. That's everything that man Jada put on. Look straight from the block.
Casual.
Hell yeah, bro. Only one that really isn't over floss and Drew. You could tell he's an OG at heart, bro. He really still be in the field. Now this nigga Fat Joe, that man clean. Got that Ozempic weight off, looking clean, bro.
I'm not a fan of Fat Joe.
It is what it is, man. BX all day, baby.
It's Joe Jada.
Oh,
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was going to find
We gonna
something to
claim
start
our
with.
guys. Know what I'm saying? He from the BX. Nah, because it
Everybody
seems like
from the
everybody who
BX,
come
man.
on here
Blair
really from the
Underwood.
BX. And you from the BX.
We get it. He's from the
Harlem love
BX.
you. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But
He just went.
I can say Fat Joe got that old man syndrome where the fuck he be repeating shit like 30
Bro,
times.
rest in peace to my one friend Boosie. But yeah, Boosie used to do this thing where he'd be like, "Yo, who's you hear me?" Like, you know what I mean? Like he repeat the same thing over and over and over, and I'm like, "Bro, I got you, fam. I got you. Yeah." He's like, "Don't forget. I won't forget."
Right. This nigga Fat Joe will not let you forget. He repeats that shit like 3 times. Like it's a slogan that he wants you to remember.
Do this with another guest.
He's like that uncle that keeps on
Yeah.
tapping you. He's that uncle that keeps on tapping you at the party. He's like, yo, no, nephew,
Yo, nephew.
like, yo, make sure you got me
You
with
know we
that
gonna go
Lucy at the
outside.
end of the. You still got me with that Lucy. You got me with that single, right? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you got me.
I heard you. I heard you had a little something for the mental. A little something for the mental.
I catch you. I hit you.
I have to do it.
I've been both in the Bronx and Harlem.
ASAP Rocky don't say he from the Bronx. He from the Bronx. I know this.
I was really born in Harlem. My hospital was in
So
Harlem.
hold on.
I didn't know that.
They say ASAP Rocky's from the Bronx, but I thought ASAP Rocky was from Pennsylvania for a second.
ASAP
Is that what
Rocky.
they just said?
ASAP Rocky, I believe, is from Pennsylvania. But his impact was definitely bigger than I don't know. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I would assume it's like so like you know how I was born out here, but I spent a lot of my time I spent a lot of my time in New York. I feel like it's the same shit. Like he was born here, but he is a New Yorker. So everybody sees him as being a resident or born, like Jay-Z says. I mean, like Fat Joe says, he's not saying like literally born there, but he's probably like, you know what I mean? That's where he started. That's where everybody knew him. That's where he built his name. That's where he was born. That's how I'm gonna take it.
This guy was born in New York City.
Oh, was he? You looked it up?
Yeah. Well, it says Wikipedia. We're gonna go off of Wikipedia.
No.
Sister was born in Bronx, Lebanon, but I was born in
Bronx, Lebanon. You're hurting my pride right now saying you was born in Harlem.
I mean, they bring from Flower Fifth Avenue. They bring me to Weeks Avenue to Katona Park.
I need them all lined
I mean, Jadakiss funny as
I'm a
fuck.
Bronx kid. I'm a hybrid.
Yo, Jay, I need them all lined up. I need all my chess pieces. I need, the Clips. They from the Bronx. Then they moved down to VA. I'm just telling you the truth.
But I got the best of both worlds, man. I got all the attributes from the Bronx and everything from Harlem. Like I'm a rare breed. Like I understand. I'm a very aggressive rare breed. I'm a very aggressive hustler. You know what I mean? Like I got the best of both worlds. So I love it, man. Shouts to the BX. Shouts to all my guys on Weeks Avenue.
People used to, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but people used to champion a hustler, somebody who really wants to get money, want to go on another level, take their family on another level. They used to champion that. And I get it when you sit here and we say, yo, why you pushing? Why you moving like you 20 years old and you won't stop in this? And you're like, yo, I'm trying to get this bread. right? I'm the same way. We love hip hop culture. We love everything. I'm trying to get this bread to make sure we financially secure.
100%.
You understand what I'm saying? Some people act like they cool with being broke or something like that. So I know your motivation, and I understand your answer. You know, you just a true hustler. From if we wasn't rapping, we'd be selling whatever juice. Who
Yeah.
gives a fuck? We
Yeah.
trying to get money.
I'll pick up.
selling juice. I
I'll
sell
pick up cans.
No, I
if
love
had
juice.
to.
I love juice. I love Kit Cafe.
That nigga said, "I will pick up cans if I have to." You know, he been down to do some shit to get his money up. That man said, "Give me cans, bro. You got cans? You got soda cans? Give me soda cans, bro."
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, I understand that about Jim Jones. The Jim Jones, a hustler, he loves money. He loves the finer things in life. And I said something the other day, me and you talked about behind the scenes where people don't get it, right? So I said, rappers work check to check.
100%.
What does that mean to you, that statement? Because me and you had that conversation the
I
other
mean,
day.
it's the same difference of the people that's coming up on a 9 to 5 and they got to pay their bills. We got to pay our bills too. The expenses that we acquire for having money is the same expense that you have at the end of the month. So we don't meet our quota. We don't pay for these big ass houses and these fly cars that we got. Then they start taking them away. Same as you. You don't make that money and pay that rent at the end of the month. Then they start coming in with them notices to get you out the crib. It's no difference.
You know what? I feel like that's what catches a lot of these young artists too, bro. Is the fact that the money comes so fast now that they don't realize that if you're not cemented enough, which you won't realize because the hype nowadays is ridiculous. You could think you're on the fucking top of the world and then tomorrow you're banned. So it's like they get this ride a high of all this money, get everything they can, and then they fucking go nuts like the Island Boys when they can't afford to do anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? Then they get desperate, start doing dumb shit, turn into like Playboy Cardi and shit, try to turn to a bat.
Eh?
But you know, I mean, it still works for them. They make their money. They make more money than me. It's working, but never could it be at my cost.
No difference, and the risk is even higher for us because we got so many things going on and shit like that, and we start acquiring bills out of nowhere, and pretty soon the going is good, and sometimes the going get bad, and then if you ain't prepared for that and able to hold up everything that you just acquired, it disappears in a flash.
You ever had to tell your wife,
DEFCON 4. That's when it gets to DEFCON.
Break that down to me,
I've
Jada,
been
'cause I ain't
I've been to
understand.
DEFCON before. You heard?
I'm pretty sure we all three up here could attest when shit is going beautifully. And then it's like you said, there's a time when shit ain't going beautifully. And how do you persevere through them times? That builds character.
Big
Let me
fact.
tell you something. People in life, they always, and this ain't no shots at nobody, right? But people in life, let's say with me, I've been in a situation where I'm doing fucked up, you know, better than your average guy, but I'm doing fucked up compared to how I do. And people find reasons to disattach themselves from you when you're going through the struggle and you sitting on the couch by yourself trying to figure out how you're going to get up out this hole. You know, I had so-called friends find excuses. One of my friends had an argument with one of my friends. He was like, yo, Joe, I know that's more your man than I am. You know, you stay with your mans and I stay. To me, I knew he used that opportunity thinking, Joe fucked up.
Nah,
Joe gonna need $1. He gonna ask me, let me, you know, and then you come back and you bigger than ever, and them guys are like, they missed the.
Nah, I got a funny story.
Let me hear it, Jim. I gotta hear it.
Names, though,
We ain't talking about nobody, but I'm just saying.
I got an example. I got
This got to be an education.
A friend of mine, when I was.
You know what? That's a good point too. I think that's why I tend to like jump on random opportunities of people that are close because I feel like I don't want to miss that opportunity. If I can help something like, you know what I mean, like a vision blow up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I feel like that's why I do the same thing. I jump on opportunities for the same thing he said. Like there's people who will look at it like, oh, I'm gonna give you this, but I'm gonna make, you know what I mean? because I don't think you can get far with it. And then you end up blowing up, and the shit becomes something else, and they're like, "Fuck, like I missed that." And I thought this nigga wasn't gonna do shit, and you know what I mean, that shit popped. So that's why I never look at people's ideas like that shit isn't gonna work. I always try to get some inputs or figure out a way that I can help push this shit further. Never know what might just blow. I'll be glad like a
Yeah,
motherfucker to say I was a part of that.
What's up? No, you come ask for some help, cool. Go down. Nobody comes to help you. You heard? But he's up now while I'm down. You heard? And I'm, you know, I see him all the time. It ain't nothing. Now I'm back up. He's down. Guess what he's doing?
Asking you for help? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Yo,
Mhm.
Jim.
That
Jim,
happens all the
I'm not
time, bro.
doing it. I promise you on God. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm done with that. I might be too old. Y'all might.
And I say they speaking from a perspective of a nigga with some money. Motherfuckers do that same shit to people like us who got a regular ass everyday paycheck.
Be younger than me to play that shit.
I'm not playing. I'm just telling you how to cycle. Like, yo,
I'm
bro, this
not
is the craziest shit
doing
ever
that.
to me, bro.
I'm not doing. Let me tell you, I got a story. Hold up. I got a story.
Oh, this man Joe with his
Fucked
story.
up. They take all my money. I know y'all don't want to believe me. Accountant robbed me, didn't pay my taxes. When the government come
Oh,
to
I
me,
heard about that.
he robbed me for 1.2 million.
That man Joe went through all his shit, figured out how to do all his paperwork, do all that tax and shit. Solo, nigga. Some niggas was taking money from him every which way he could think of.
He ain't pay. I'm paying him to pay. And showed the government the wires that I'm paying the accountant to pay my tax. They know I gave him the money, but they said you as the leader of your household. Boom. I go to court. I paid him the 1.2 again. Paid the lawyer another 700-800. I got the number one guy. Cool. Fuck me. Put me a little jail time. The point is, I go first day to the studio. Yo, Jim Jones, I know your story too well. I go first day to the studio. Come out of jail, you got these little niggas with purple hair, yellow hair, thinking what the OG's doing in the studio. They really looking at us like we're wasting our time. Don't know if you know that, right? So they're looking at me. We come up, all the way up. Yo, Ram, come get on the song. It's all the way up. It spun one day at strip club in Aces, right? So there was Flying Queens. They said, yo, we want to do that single release party. Bet, yo, Ram, let's go. She's jail 8 years. I lose all my money. I might as well been in jail for 20. I don't do broke. Don't take this the wrong way. Take this encouraging. I don't.
Yo, that nigga fat though. I don't know his story, but he definitely had paper since he was a buck. So I can't really say shit, you know? And when I say buck, I'm talking about like 16, 17. So it's like I can't really say shit.
Do broke. I'm allergic to broke. I'm going to go get it if it's in the fucking Africa, Timbuktu, Asia, no rock unturned. I'm going to get that dollar. Like, don't worry about it. And I'm not complaining. I don't do broke. But one day, the shit ring. The next day, they say single release. Maybe 2 days after All the Way Up come out. You knew when you heard All the Way Up. You knew when you heard it. Holy shit. These guys hit one out the park. You know it. Off one spin, they hit one out the park.
And we're going to hit it out the park, my boy. So,
Hey.
chat, we're about to end the stream. For those who was able to see it, Huff, you weren't able to see it, I'm going to try my best to get it uploaded on YouTube. But if not, I would definitely be putting my clips on YouTube. And my clips will also be on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. So all you gotta do is follow Kush King 420. We also have my homie right here to the left of me, Anonymous Turtle. You can follow him on Twitch at Anonymous Turtle. All right. So you already know what it is. Your boy Kush King 420 THC, and I'm out of here.